Fellow gardeners, imagine never having to worry about your plants wilting during dry spells or constantly adding expensive fertilizers to keep your garden thriving. What if I told you there's an ancient technique that creates garden beds so resilient they practically take care of themselves? Welcome to the world of Hügelkultur, where buried wood becomes the foundation of your garden's success story. Most gardeners struggle with the same frustrating cycle: beds that dry out too quickly, nutrients that wash away with the first heavy rain, and plants that seem to need constant attention just to survive. But today, you're going to learn how to break free from this exhausting routine by building garden beds that work with nature instead of against it. This isn't just another gardening trend. It's a time-tested method that transforms ordinary garden spaces into self-sustaining ecosystems that improve year after year. The secret lies in mimicking what happens naturally on the forest floor. When trees fall in the wild, they don't disappear overnight. Instead, they slowly decompose over years, acting as massive sponges that capture and store rainwater while gradually releasing nutrients as they break down. This process creates some of the richest, most water-retentive soil on Earth, and you can recreate this magic in your own garden. Hügelkultur, which literally means hill culture in German, takes this natural process and applies it to raised garden beds. By burying logs and woody material beneath your planting surface, you create a living foundation that serves multiple purposes simultaneously. The buried wood acts as a long-term water reservoir, slowly releasing moisture during dry periods while providing a steady stream of nutrients as it decomposes. Meanwhile, the decomposition process creates air pockets that improve drainage and root penetration while attracting beneficial microorganisms that enhance soil health. Before you dig your first shovelful, take time to choose the right spot for your Hügelkultur bed. Look for an area that receives appropriate sunlight for your intended crops. Most vegetables need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. Consider the natural drainage patterns of your yard, avoiding low-lying areas where water tends to pool after heavy rains, as this can lead to anaerobic conditions that slow decomposition and harm plant roots. Size your bed according to your needs and available materials, but remember that Hügelkultur beds work best when they're at least 3 feet wide and 6 feet long. This size provides enough mass to create the microclimatic benefits you're after. Plan for a final height of 18 to 24 inches above ground level, which means you'll need to excavate 6 to 8 inches into the soil to accommodate your wood core while maintaining manageable bed height. To get started, you'll want to begin by marking your bed boundaries and removing any existing vegetation. You don't need to go deep. Excavating 3 to 4 inches is usually sufficient for most situations, though you may need to go deeper if you're using particularly large logs. The goal here isn't to create a deep pit, but rather to establish a stable foundation that will support your wood core while allowing for proper integration with the existing soil below. As you dig, be sure to set aside any good topsoil you encounter. This valuable resource will become part of your upper layers, so don't let it go to waste. Next, remove any rocks, roots from weedy plants, or other debris that might interfere with your bed's structure. The excavated area should have a relatively flat bottom with gently sloping sides to prevent erosion and provide stability for your buried wood. Before adding any organic matter, lay down a foundation of cardboard across the entire excavated area. This step is honestly crucial for long-term success, as it prevents existing weeds and grass from pushing up through your carefully constructed bed, while eventually decomposing to add organic matter to your soil. Use large pieces of corrugated cardboard, removing all tape and staples, and overlap the edges by at least 6 inches to eliminate gaps where weeds might penetrate. After installation, wet the cardboard thoroughly. This helps it conform to the contours of your excavated area while beginning the decomposition process. The cardboard will suppress weeds for the first growing season, then gradually break down to become part of your soil structure. This temporary barrier gives your plants time to establish themselves while ensuring your new bed doesn't become overrun with unwanted vegetation. Now comes the heart of your Hügelkultur bed, the buried wood that will serve as your long-term water and nutrient bank. Start with your largest pieces. Logs 6 to 12 inches in diameter work perfectly for the base layer. Hardwoods like oak, maple, and cherry are excellent choices because they decompose slowly and provide sustained benefits for many years. Avoid allelopathic woods like black walnut, cedar, or eucalyptus, which release compounds that can inhibit plant growth. Arrange these large logs lengthwise along your bed, leaving small gaps between them for air circulation and easier filling. Don't worry about perfect placement. Nature isn't perfectly organized, and neither should your wood core be. Fill the spaces between large logs with medium-sized branches, then add smaller sticks and twiggy material to fill remaining gaps. The goal is to create a matrix of woody material that will hold water like a three-dimensional sponge, while providing surfaces for beneficial fungi and bacteria to colonize. With your wood core in place, begin building layers that will feed your plants for years to come. Start by adding any fresh green materials you have available. Grass clippings, fresh leaves, or vegetable kitchen scraps work beautifully at this stage. These nitrogen-rich materials help kickstart the decomposition process and provide immediate nutrients for early microbial activity. Follow your green layer with brown, carbon-rich materials like dried leaves, shredded paper, or small wood chips. This creates the ideal carbon-to-nitrogen ratio for healthy decomposition, while providing food for different types of beneficial organisms. Continue alternating between green and brown materials, watering each layer as you build to ensure good moisture distribution throughout your bed. The magic of this layering system lies in its ability to create different decomposition zones within your bed. Fast decomposing materials near the surface provide quick nutrients for immediate plant needs, while the slowly rotting wood core ensures long-term fertility. As materials break down, they settle and compact naturally, creating the rich, loamy soil that plants absolutely thrive in. Top off your layered materials with 4 to 6 inches of quality compost or aged manure, then finish with 2 to 3 inches of good garden soil. This creates an immediately plantable surface while protecting the underlying organic materials from drying out. Water the entire bed thoroughly after completion, ensuring moisture penetrates all the way down to your wood core. Your Hügelkultur bed will begin working immediately, but its benefits compound over time. In the first year, you'll notice improved water retention and reduced watering needs. By the second year, the decomposition process hits its stride, providing steady nutrition while the wood core becomes increasingly sponge-like. After 3 to 5 years, your bed will be completely self-sustaining, requiring minimal inputs while producing exceptional harvests year after year. The beauty of this system extends beyond just plant performance. As your buried wood decomposes, it sequesters carbon in your soil while creating habitat for beneficial insects, worms, and microorganisms. Your garden becomes a thriving ecosystem that supports biodiversity while producing food, a win-win that gets better with every passing season. Ready to revolutionize your gardening approach? Start your first Hügelkultur bed this season and experience the joy of gardening with nature instead of fighting against it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Living Soil Lab for more innovative techniques that will transform your garden into a thriving, self-sustaining ecosystem. Share this guide with fellow gardeners who are ready to discover the secret to effortless, abundant harvests.